Hello, Perfect Beauties. So I've actually had a few questions from my subscribers about school and stress and AP classes. Doesn't matter what college you go to, how do I find out what I want to do with my life? How do I survive the stress of exams? And I think y'all will be approaching finals maybe in April and May, so this will be kind of a helpful kind of tidbit to do so. So the first question was kind of for high school, how do I manage all my AP classes? Are AP classes necessary in order to go to a top school? Do I need to do 1,000 different things of extracurriculars? All that. I will say that, I am an overachiever. That's just who I am. I've always been that way. So I took a lot of AP classes. I think I took 12 and I ended up taking 15 AP tests. And you might be like, oh my God, Daisy, you're crazy. And yes, I am crazy. The thing is that AP classes are a lot of work, but they're not as hard as college classes. And I am really glad that I took these AP classes because for me in college exams are so much harder than just AP exams, right? Because in college, what I had to do was you have to take this knowledge of what you've learned in this entire semester and apply it in a 1-hour time frame onto something you've never seen before. And somehow you're supposed to solve it. And I think that's the difficulty, is just applying it really quickly into a scenario and connecting all the dots of information onto that exam. So if I took normal classes in high school, I would have never been able to think critically. I think the most important thing about AP classes is that you're always, pushed into a higher extent. It's not just about memorizing, it's about thinking critically. I definitely think, whatever school you go to, it shouldn't define, your intelligence or whatever. There's so many smart people who don't ever graduate from college or don't even go to college, who are just so smart and so business savvy and so whatever, like they're great at what they do. But I do think that, saying you came from a certain school does add a little bit of credibility. You don't have to prove as much. You don't have to prove as much, but you are automatically, if you graduate from a certain school, the person talking to you automatically knows that you're capable of, working hard and competing with other people and doing all that. It's kind of a given. But that's not to say that somebody who doesn't graduate from that kind of school isn't like that. It's just there needs to be more information there to make a decision on something. Okay, so in terms of, AP tests, studying for college, how do I not get stressed out about college exams or exams in general when I got a bajillion of them? Let me tell you, exams are really stressful. I cannot emphasize that enough. I think the real world is so less stressful than college, because college is it's like you have to take a semester's worth of information and apply on an exam. And I spent so much time watching YouTube beauty videos and stuff instead of going to class. So I was like, oh crap, I have to learn a semester's worth of material for my classes and somehow pass them. The biggest piece of advice I would give you is the 80-20 rule for studying. 20% of the 80% of the exam is going to come from 20% of the information. So you really have to study smart. Really make sure that you study things that are going to be tested, that that the teacher has gone over, that they go over in office hours, all that. Don't study things that won't be on the exam. So it's not to say you need to study a lot and you need to spend a lot of time studying. It's studies things that will be important, that you'll be tested upon. I can't stress that enough. Because when I first started off college, I would study everything, cover to cover. And then the stuff that was tested, I didn't know it that well. I didn't know it like the back of my hand, and so I struggled through the exam. And then when I got, into my upperclassmen years, I just studied what I thought was going to be on the exam. I kind of like, before I studied, I always thought about what is going to be tested, and why do I think that's going to be tested. And I try to spend time analyzing the professor's mind. And you can also, if you go to office hours or TA sessions, you can also kind of get a sense of what will be tested, because if you ask them a question and they're not like super in depth into it, that's not going to be on the exam. If they're not like emphasizing the point again and again, that's probably not going to be on the exam. There'd be many times I'd ask questions like XYZ and they'd be like, they kind of write something on the board, but they wouldn't go into it, and I knew that it wasn't good enough, or like it wasn't exam tested material, or wouldn't be. Make sure you go to office hours the day before the exam or the week before or whatever, like the closest office hour to that actual exam date, so you get to know what's going to be on it. Make sure you get old exams from either your friends or professors sometimes have them, or whatever. Like, make sure you just go through and you can see those patterns. Study what is on the exam. And that goes for, I think, anything, studying or writing essays or doing projects. Make sure you're fulfilling the criteria of the work. I think the thing to know is, like, professors are so fickle, and one professor might give this grade a C and one professor might give this grade an A. It just all depends, like, on what they're looking for. So make sure you are fitting in the criteria of what they're looking for. I think that's my biggest advice. In terms of being stressed out, you have to be super calm. Realize that you'll get through it. It's just a grade and it's not the end of the world. Although it may seem like it. One way to not be stressed out is to start studying way in advance, so you have, an edge above people who are cramming. Now, I wish I actually took that advice, but just make sure that you remember that you just study a little bit in advance. Maybe studying every single day, going through your notes every single day is important, instead of just coasting along, not going to class, not doing any of the assignments until the finals week, when you're going to be like freaking out about things. The most important thing is to be calm. Realize that, you may need to pull an all-nighter a few nights in a row, but it'll be over soon. It'll be over. It'll be okay. And that's that. So I hope that helps. I don't know if it did, but I know school is hard. But it's a test for life. If you can get through school, you can get through a lot of things in life. Or maybe not really, but it's kind of a first test of not being able to control what's in your situation and making the best of it, and just trying to go through and being calm and doing your best under pressure. And you're going to have a lot of instances like that in your life, whether that's through personal or professional situations. You're going to have to deal with things under pressure. So I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what other kind of school-related questions you want me to answer. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All the usernames are daiserz89. And also sign up for my website, yourperfectbeauty.com, which is an online community of supportive women helping other women. So yeah, so I hope that is good, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!
Basically, Imperfect Beauty is there for you. Like, when I tell you that it empowers girls' beauty, it really does, which is what it says on the website.
How amazing the site is, and how amazing everyone's became so close. We're like, I wouldn't even say friends. I mean, at first they were like the best friends I never had.
I mean, we talk about everything on that website, from fashion, beauty, the products, whether we like products, didn't like products, we help each other out. Skin problems, personal problems, boyfriend problems, girlfriend problems, whatever the case is, it's just a big, happy community.
I go on the website and it just brings me up. It really does. I look at all these amazing people who post stuff. It changed my life.
She had created a site called perfectbeauty.com, and this site is amazing.
Problem right now is 8 out of 10 women do not consider themselves beautiful. I think there is a lot of pressure, a lot of negative self-esteem. I think girls look up to me because I'm very relatable. You don't have to be a size 0 and have model-esque features, the prototypical Barbie doll features, but you can still be beautiful. Suffering with acne made me realize that spots on your face, it's such a superficial thing, but the way it made me feel was just night and day. You know, I would be scared to go out and to talk to anybody. That right foundation to cover it up, it made me a little bit less afraid. And that is the power of how people feel about themselves. Making women feel good in their own skin and having, using beauty products to make themselves feel great. My name is Daisy Jing and I am the founder of Your Perfect Beauty.
I'm a perfect beauty and I don't care what you say. Ain't no bras, perfume or makeup gonna make me that way. She said I'm just gonna be me. She said I'm a perfect beauty.
I hope to see you all in the Perfect Beauty Forum. So, love you. Bye.